Hello everyone, it is Ken Chrysler here, and welcome to another episode of Vita. That is right, Vita. We're starting off again with the general manager and the assistant GM, and we got another great lineup of matches. I mean, this is going to be crazy yet again. And, ever since DJ has taken over, last week's episode, I think, was one of the best episodes yet. I think it was one of the best episodes that we've had to offer. But tonight's the card is loaded. However, Luke Lasagna is back. PK Rebel's back. The suspensions are done. PK Rebel was found not guilty of steroid use. Ryan Jolie, I am still waiting for my Pixar Party. And I still have not received my Pixar Party. And somebody in the locker room, I'm not going to say who it is, told me that you cannot be trusted. So, Ryan, can you be honest with me? Are you going to provide me with the Pixar Party? I need Sully back by my side. I'm already giving the people A+ matches every week, and I have sustain my greatness over all subscribers. But I need to know, are you yanking my chain? Or are you going to give me my Pixar Party? DJ, I am a man of faith. I always tell the truth. And by the end of episode 8, I will provide you with Sully for your Pixar Party tag team. But I still need a little bit of time. Don't listen to anyone in the locker room. They're just against the Congregation Federation and the great job that you are doing, DJ Disney. You are doing an excellent job. Every week you are. And I will provide you with your Pixar Party by the end of episode 8. I promise you. There will be no more delays. But whoever's saying this stuff about Ryan Jolie obviously has a grudge against me and is trying to manipulate your great management skills. I would never go behind your back, DJ. Never. But tonight, we need to focus on Rico. And at War Games, we need to focus on my son, Enrico. And the Congregation Federation will be going toe-to-toe with Luke Lasagna and the PK Rebel tonight. So let's focus on that first. And then I'll give you your Pixar Party at the end of episode 8 when Rico Sanchez is defeated. So it looks like Stuart Cox is yet again kicking off Vita to punish more people, but this time he's got his hands a little bit full, and you can tell DJ's getting a little bit impatient with Ryan Jolie. Ryan Jolie I think, is deceiving DJ, and I have even went behind Ryan Jolie's back. Hopefully he doesn't hear me, and I have stated, and he's not allowed to take my microphone. I could go to the board on him for that, but and we got the Iron Taylor here, by the way. I told DJ I don't trust him. I think he's up to no good. DJ, you put on some of the best shows of all time. I mean, last week's episode was a 5-star show. We're going for another one. The DJ's a lot better manager than Clifford Welch. Did I lose my life insurance? No, the wrestlers did. I didn't lose it. Because who's going to kill me? Like, who wants to kill the greatest commentator of all time? I mean, come on. And we have Rico Sanchez here. So Rico Sanchez, of course, will be seeing the Congregation Federation in War Games. He will not be defending his title at Survivor Series. And, of course, we've told you all, and what in the world is this? What in the world is this? Oh, my goodness, Devin. Uh-oh. This is not the same Devin. He has evolved. Oh my goodness. The mask is back. It is Devin the Bandit. Oh, man. And he has changed his attire. So he changes his attire. He's got some great attires. Devin does. And what oh, man. Awesome attire there. But, so Stuart Cox is definitely not happy about that mask. And Ryan Jolie's definitely not happy about it. And, of course, they've called the Iron Tailor a bad influence. And Rico, they've accused him of hanging out with all the people he shouldn't be hanging out with. I didn't know, Ryan Jolie, that you were his father. That's what I didn't know. I didn't know that you decided who Rico could hang out with and who he couldn't. What I think you are is a liar, Ryan Jolie. I think you have the tongue of a snake. I think you're a snake in the grass. And I've warned DJ about you, and I've warned Mr. 2K about you. And if you ever have your associate, Stuart Cox, put me in a sleeper hold again, I will call every lawyer underneath the sun after you. Do you understand? I hope you do. I hope you're watching. Because they're not going to tolerate it. And I almost got my lawsuit, but they said I'm a commentator, I can be attacked. Really? But now I'm starting to get DJ on my side. And that's my goal. Because I think he's starting to realize that he's getting played here. And Ryan Jolie is going to run out of cards eventually. After Survivor Series, if we don't see Sully or any of the Pixar Party, he's done. So I hope you enjoy your assistant manager position while it lasts. Because the assistant manager shouldn't be someone who's against professional wrestling like you are. Okay? And I am taking up for the subs here. The guy beat up Renee Fetzi. We haven't seen her since. It was a cheap shot. It was disgusting. He beat up Gorgie because he had tattoos. He destroyed Lucas's CD collection of Slayer CDs. And I'm not a Slayer fan, but come on. The guy has freedom of speech. He has a right to listen to whatever he wants. Slayer has a freedom of speech. I would love to see him destroy those CDs in front of Kerry King and see how that would work out. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Luke Razorblade at War Games. I would not be surprised. And we know PK Rebel is going to be on Rico's team. Because, But the Congregation Federation has been pretty good. They lost their Hell in a Cell match. But and even they did good in that. They were good. They went up against the tag team champion, the CTL champion, and the world champion, and they almost won. So, they are a good team. Stewart's got his work cut out for him tonight because he's up against 3 other different competitors. And, of course, we're also going to have them tagging tonight against the PK Rebel and Luke Lasagna. And look at Devin here. And our main event's going to be crazy. It's a giant 8-man match. So we got this. We also have Black Rose going to be defending her 24/7 title. We saw what Mr. 2K did last week. So what is going down? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely bonkers here tonight. Look at Iron Tailor with a nice strike there. And Vita's been killing. I wasn't the biggest fan of the pay-per-view because, we just had way too many matches for that pay-per-view. Not a lot of storyline, a little bit at the end. But I thought last episode was one of the best. I thought episode 2 was a great one too. And this one's going to be great tonight. It's going to have some really great matches. So DJ's really been on par. Episode 5 was pretty good, but 6 was one of the best of the year, I thought. And look at Devin. Oh, man. And I know how you subs think. You think that I'm taking up for the manager, trying to get a raise and a Christmas bonus. And yeah, it's part of the politics of this channel. Not the dumb politics outside of this channel, the politics in this channel, because there is politics in this channel. Clearly. You've heard Ryan Jolie run his mouth about Mike, who we haven't seen all year. You saw what happened with Mentally and Mike, how that friendship dissolved, and Mentally went his separate way. And you see Ryan Jolie's politics coming in to play where, trust me, DJ, he's going to betray you. And DJ, I've been in DJ's ear. I'm warning him. Not because I want a Christmas bonus. But I do appreciate the free Taylor Swift tickets. I do. Because I sold them. But I got a lot of money. And that was my bonus. So, and my kid loves Disney Plus. He's a Gargoyles kid. He loves gargoyles. I don't get it. I don't get it. They're statues that come to life. Whatever. If it keeps him out of trouble, if it keeps him off of GTA and smoking cigarettes, because he did have a cigarette in his book bag the other day. Yeah. And guess who got fired? The teacher that gave him that cigarette. That's who got fired. Who gives a kid a cigarette? What kind of school am I taking my kid to? It's like, come on. They did a background check on him. He's like a Soviet spy. It's like, what is going on here? This is more random than Family Guy. I mean, come on. And Rico Sanchez here going after Devin. Iron Taylor here, he's always criticizing me. Now, Iron Taylor always criticizes me and my golden commentary. Yeah, and you saw how fast he lost that 24/7 title. And look there, though. He got a submission on Stuart Cox. So, thank you, Iron Taylor, for taking him out of the picture. Of course, he really didn't have a good shot here tonight, but you have to give the man credit. He went toe-to-toe with Luke Razorblade at one point. He is definitely the strongest of the Congregation Federation. And he seems to lose when he's got a lot of former champions and champions involved here. And in this case, he's definitely definitely the weakest link here. Got a former 24/7 champion and got a former WTF champion and a current world champion. And that's a factor going into War Games. You're going up against Rico Sanchez. And I know he lost his match last week, but he's been on fire. He beat Newsom Bradley. He's got Roman Reigns' movesets, which I think's unfair. I think those should be stripped from him, but that's my opinion. And DJ's right. He is cliche. He is cliche. He is. He brings nothing to the table. And Devin pins Iron Taylor. So Rico Sanchez here, trying to get away from Devin. That one crazy night, though. It's been just absolutely insanity what we have witnessed on Vita here already. And Rico Sanchez beating on Devin. Devin got his new attire. I really like it. I really do. I know he doesn't like me and my commentary, but, that's fine. I'm the humble guy here. I'm the one that gives people compliments. Nobody gives me a compliment. I'm a single dad, okay? Where's my compliment? I mean, look who my wife ran out with. Daniel the D. Imagine being married to a woman that cheats on you with Daniel the D. Just disgusting. And I remember that WrestleMania. That's so long ago. And I'm still killing it. And I was hearing buzz that I might get an Emmy for my commentary. that I'm up there with Jim Ross. It's pretty awesome. And I'm getting more confident in myself as the years go along. I am. And look at Rico Sanchez. And the guillotine been applied on Devin. This is a deadly, very deadly move. And it's hard to get out of. And it's over. Devin taps out. So he taps out to the world champ. And the world champion really redeeming himself this week. Had a rough last week. Against a great competitor. Who I wonder if is going to win a third straight week. We got that big 8-man match. That 8-man match is crazy. And now we are going to our 24/7 title match. And the question is, who is Black Rose going up against? Mr. 2K has picked him out. Who in the world is this? The heck? What? You gotta be kidding me! What? Wait, that's not The Undertaker, though. But it is. What? It doesn't look like him. He looks like he's made out of plastic. What is wrong with you, Mr. 2K? It's an action figure. It's a giant action figure of The Undertaker. It's the Elite Undertaker. Mr. 2K has bought an action figure, part of his DLC. He's got the Abyss on that thing. And he's also got an action figure of The Undertaker. So Black Rose has to fight a giant action figure. Okay, whatever. Only Mr. 2K could come up with this opponent. It's clear. He loves his DLC. He brags about it all the time. Penta's on the DLC. Who cares? We can download Penta by people that can create wrestlers better than you. You saw last year's Eric Bischoff. He looked like he came from a PlayStation 2 game. Don't even get me started with Ribby. Ugh. Ribby's the worst. And Black Rose is ready for battle. 24/7 title is on the line. And she's got a great challenge tonight. It's The Undertaker still. It doesn't matter if he's an action figure or not. He's still The Undertaker. I hate how long it takes. And the guys talking, making sure that they know this is a title match. We know it's a title match, dummy. Okay? We saw that with the big title come up on the screen. And we got the Elite Undertaker. He is ready for battle. And on the other end, of course, 24/7 champion, I believe our first female champion, Black Rose. Yeah, I think it is. Because we've had Purple Farmers as 24/7 champions. And I don't think we've ever had a female as 24/7 champ. So that's awesome. And she definitely earned it last week in a 5-man. She had 4 different men, subs, former tag champions. Luke Lasagna was amongst the mix. Disgusting moron. And now Black Rose, she definitely wants revenge on Mr. 2K. And we could see a War Games there at Survivor Series. Because this rivalry's just gotten out of control. And it was ever since Mr. 2K made a pass at the Black Rose. Because, first of all, she's not attracted to men. She's public about that. Second of all, who would want you? I talk about Kotal Khan and who in the world would want him, but who in the world would want you? Come on. At least Kotal Khan is built. At least Kotal Khan has money, and he has status. You haven't had status, Mr. 2K, since 2K19. That's the last time you ever had status. And you were broke, ever since you broke up with Utes. You're now tossing a football in. Yeah, that's going to help. Whatever, Joe Namath. Throw away. Mr. 2K would be a horrible quarterback. And if you think Mr. 2K is bad, you should meet Mr. EA. Ugh. The worst. Mr. EA is definitely the worst. The microtransaction guy. And not only that, makes the same game every year, Madden. Look at my Madden game. And then, not only that, the cover of my person on the game for years gets injured for being on the cover of Madden. I mean, think of all the people that have been victims of the Madden curse. I mean, he just you play Madden, you're cursed. It's unbelievable. Of course, UFC wasn't bad. You know, he has his moments, Mr. EA. Didn't know what the heck the third Army of 2 game was. I'll tell you that. The second Army of 2 wasn't that great either. And don't even get me started on the Army of 2 aircraft carrier. Oh, goodness. The first game. The first game's good. The second game's weird. And then the third game, yeah. I guess that game was meant for 2 people to play it. The Black Rose just throws the football, does nothing. I mean, look at some of the weapons Mr. 2K has introduced. Basketball. Okay. You think since you run NBA 2K, you can bring the ball over here? Come on. What other weapons does he have? A megaphone. What's that going to do? A sandal. We're not 5-year-old kids getting hit with mom's sandal, okay? What's that going to do? A traffic cone, which could be rough. I'll give him that one. The door's ridiculous. And he threw a door at Black Rose last week. He threw a door at her. What kind of man is he? He has to use a door to take her down? What do we got here now? A sandal? Yeah. Probably someone's stinky foot was in that. Smells atrocious, like rotten cheese. I don't know about you all. I'm going to get some Swedish meatballs after this. Yeah. They're my favorite thing. I like Swedish House Mafia too. I met those guys the other day. They're pretty awesome. But Vita's been killing it. And Black Rose now. Look at Mr. 2K. I saw you hopping on those ropes. And Black Rose using that, oh man, to smack the action figure of The Undertaker. And we don't know if we get war games between Mr. 2K and Black Rose, we don't know who the heck's going to be on Mr. 2K's side. Okay? We don't. And look at The Undertaker. Dropping Black Rose. Yeah, she has no real weapons. I think he did that on purpose. I think he took away those weapons on purpose from her. And look at this. Uh-oh. Look at this showdown. My goodness, this has been a brutal match. It's a knockout match, too. So Mr. 2K wants to knock out Black Rose. And uh-oh, here we go. Let's get that wide open. We have to go wide open. I'm hoping they do. They might not. Nothing but chops right now. Oh, man. Look at Black Rose with combos. And the Elite Undertaker going back right at her. And look there. Oh, my goodness. They are beating the tar out of one another. My goodness, what a match. And the rock bottom, but still does not knock out the Elite Undertaker. What is going to do it? A shoe to the head. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, ref, you are dumb. You are dumb, ref. You are with Mr. 2K for sure. Okay, but Black Rose wins. and she retains that 24/7 title. So amazing performance here for her tonight. Mr. 2K just cannot believe it, and he's not going to try her this week. That's for sure. He ran last week. He's not going to try it when she knows he's there. And what a crazy match. And Black Rose retains that 24/7 title. And now we are going to a big match. The Congregation Federation. The two Ushers facing off with Luke Lasagna and PK Rebel. In a 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Rules. Let's get this one going. And this is finally PK Rebel passed the test. He never used steroids. Clearly, he doesn't look like he's a guy that uses steroids. I mean, if it was Rico or Blue Neck or someone that was more jacked, I would believe it, but he's a light heavyweight. So, yes, it was fabrication, and the board's not happy. When you make accusations, they have to be right. And it's plain and simple. And they weren't right. And look at Luke here. Oh, nice drop kick. And going for a pin. And, of course, we're going to have a giant 8-man. That will be our next match and our main event. So, lots of matches tonight. Lots of matches. We had that 24/7. We got this tag. We got about 4 all together here. And look at the Congregation Federation. They work good together. And PK Rebel and Luke Lasagna kind of formed this tag team. You know, their girlfriends are friends with one another. Esther and Diana are good friends. So it's kind of necessary that this would happen eventually, that these two would be teaming up. I don't think Luke Lasagna is going to be in War Games. I think we're going to have 2 subs by PK Rebel and Rico's side. And obviously it's not going to be anyone that's has title matches. So Mitchell, Marcus, John. John doesn't have a title match, but he's still part of Survivor Series. So none of those guys are going to be part of it. So I'm thinking Luke Razorblade's going to have a good shot. Maybe somebody else is going to be part of that team. And then we could have the War Games with Black Rose and Mr. 2K also. But I will say this. If the War Games doesn't work out correctly, we are probably going to have to go to a tornado tag, because there is a possibility. We've had War Games in the past that worked out perfectly, and we will give it multiple tries. But sometimes they're trash. It just depends. And there's a lot of factors. You know, certain AI works better. So it just depends on how it all works. And look at PK Rebel here, dropping one of the Ushers. These guys are giants. They're absolute giants. The Congregation Federation, these guys are the Ushers and also bodyguards of Ryan Jolie. Which, you know, Ushers, they usually are, you know, kind of a security. You know, because they're everywhere. And Ryan Jolie has a lot of enemies because he's criticized a lot of people. And that's going to be one of his biggest downfalls. One of his biggest downfalls is going to be everyone is going to turn on him. In order to win wars, and this is why the Warlords were so effective. They were so effective because they had a lunatic alliance with one another. They were all devoted to Jeff. And they would make pacts with crazy people. And even though they were against everyone, they had a large crew. That is kind of an advantage of Ryan Jolie. He has a large crew, but he could have even a larger crew than the Warlords if he would just work with certain people. Like, for an example, Paul Weiss is a hated person. But he won't work with Paul Weiss because Paul Weiss has tattoos. Cone Chain has tattoos. So they're enemies. They could easily pick those two guys up. But since they have tattoos, they won't work with them. Another example. Luke Lasagna or the PK Rebel even. But, the whole issues with Ryan and his son PK, and then Luke Lasagna is on the naughty list now because of his services, his restaurant service, that didn't give them everything they want. I've talked to a lot of waiters, and some of the worst services that they have is on Sunday afternoon. It's just a fact. I know a waiter that says that. So, not to say that everyone's like that, because clearly there's not. Most people are nice, but some of the most rudest people are the oldest people compared to young people when it comes to services. Now, young people, they get on TikTok, they get on all this stupid stuff. They're very political. They have their own issues. But because I'm not trying to judge a certain age, but it seems like more older people have issues with services, whether it be with their vehicles, whether it be with their restaurants. A lot of old people are the majority of going to the Congregation Federation's church. So it seems like older people have problems with service workers or retail workers compared to young people. Young people have more problems with being on their phone all day and stuff like that, which Ryan Jolie has brought up before. But he won't bring up how rude he is to waiters and waitresses. Judging Luke Lasagna's waitress because she had tattoos. Boo-hoo. And look at Luke Lasagna attacking. And this is 2 out of 3 falls. Oh man, if that guy falls on you, it's timber. It is timber. It's like a tree falling. My goodness. And PK Rebel knows these guys better than anyone. That's what he told Rico Sanchez. I know these guys better than anyone. Because he grew up with it. He grew up with his dad. He grew up with these guys around. He knows them. And maybe he could tell us what they really want. And oh my goodness, good attitude adjustment there. That's what Ryan Jolie needs. He definitely needs his attitude adjusted. Look at the PK Rebel. Oh my goodness. And PK Rebel dropping one of the ushers here. These guys are big. They're tough. You saw the damage they can do. They destroyed my tomato plants. Goodness. I just buy tomatoes at the store. I mean, the tomatoes that I grew are better than anything the store has to offer. And I just wanted a little place to grow my tomato plants outside of Vita. And they had to go destroy it. Run their dirty feet in them. And their dirty shoes. I don't care if they're dress shoes. They're the bottom of your shoes all over, stepping on my tomato plants. And Ryan Jolie knows what he did. He knows what he did. I could have fed somebody with those. Yeah, it's tomatoes, but who cares? A tomato is a tomato. Tomato. Ryan Jolie's got a problem. And, oh man, Luke Lasagna now bleeding. And we don't know what they're going to bring at War Games. I mean, the Congregation Federation could easily bring in a new member. Right now, DJ's not technically a member. He's an ally. So is Mr. 2K. Old Twig, which you guys haven't seen. The guy fell and broke his back there. I mean, he is like Mr. Glass from Unbreakable. You know, that's why he just doesn't get that he can't wrestle anymore. We don't even know how old he is. He lost his Social Security because apparently he's one of those guys that I bet you he's over 200. You know how they said that they found, I don't know about how true it is, that they found that people were getting Social Security that were 200 years old. I bet you that was old Twig. He's one of the ones. And Luke Lasagna kicks Usher in the head. And PK Rebel going for the pin. And a break up there. So the Congregation Federation has some really good skills with teamwork. They really do. You saw the Hell in a Cell match, how far the distance they went with Marcus and yeah, everybody. Then one crazy night. And look at PK Rebel, dropped on his head. Luke Lasagna going right into the brick barricade. Goodness, and these guys are like 300 pounds falling on me. High 300s. They're big guys. They're 6'7", at least. And they're just destroying anyone in their path. But we'll see if Luke Lasagna and PK Rebel can pull this off tonight. It's going to be tough. Luke Lasagna going for a pin. And he got it. They could not get there in time. Very close. So it is a point for them. They need another point to win this thing. And oh my goodness, Luke Lasagna with the spear. He may have it here. This could be it. And a kick out. Oh, wow. The Congregation Federation with some resiliency there. Look at PK Rebel with the chair shot. And look here. He hit him with a chair and it still didn't help, but he may have saved a pin. Oh my goodness, that guy just comes through and just hits him in it. Oh wow. PK Rebel's hanging in there, and of course, being Ryan Jolie's son. Just a crazy reveal that we had at Backlash. And it was just insane. And look here. Oh my goodness, look at the power. He decides not to go for the pin though, because you got the other guy right there and you don't want to turn your back on him. But now, going to go for the pin here, but look here. You just cannot stop these guys. They're unreal. And look here. Oh, too much weight that time. PK Rebel's bleeding. Ryan Jolie could care less about his son. And look at this. Another one. I think that's the second one at least he's received here tonight. And a kick out. Unbelievable. How did you kick out of that? I mean, we are having excellent matches tonight. Excellent. Top notch. And look here. Oh, PK Rebel slides out. He's going top rope. Oh my goodness. Punches. Look at Luke Lasagna. That is perfect timing. Perfect timing by Luke Lasagna. And look here. They did it. Wow. They actually pulled it off. And Ryan Jolie is probably throwing a hissy fit in the locker room. PK Rebel, his son, and Luke Lasagna, who is unfortunately here, win tonight. And that is a big win. The Congregation Federation defeated in a tag match. This is our main event. You got all the champions and all the contenders for Survivor Series in one match. Abby Valentine, Esther Jack, who are going to fight. John, Val Ryan, who are going to fight. Marcus, Revenge, who are going to fight. Paul Weiss and Mitchell, who are going to fight. All in one match. Elimination. Who's going to stand tall in the end and have the big boost of momentum is the question. This is a crazy, crazy insane match. Look at John dropping Val Ryan. Of course, Abby Valentine and Revenge, you got to really watch out for them. They have been unstoppable. Just literally unstoppable. Revenge is on a 2-winning streak. Abby Valentine is on a 2-winning streak. No, well, wait, 3-winning streak. Because, she's won 3 in a row. In crazy matches, too. Same thing goes for Revenge. I mean, he beat the world champion. But tonight, I mean, the odds are not in their favor. This is the hardest match to win. You come out of this, then you did really well. Because this is not just about skill. There's luck to this match also. And anytime you win an 8-man, it's hard to, like, if I put you in 2 8-man matches, you're not going to win both. There's no way. So, this might be their greatest challenge. And I really wouldn't count it if they do lose tonight, which who knows, they could win. I wouldn't count it against their win-loss record, really. I think anything 5 and under should count. But, like, once you get to the 6-man, 8-man, that's just insane. That's hard to win. So, we were going to tag them up, which would have been interesting, like having Paul Weiss tag with Mitchell and having John tag with Val Ryan. That wasn't going to happen. That was not going to happen. DJ wanted it to happen. They made it clear that it wasn't going to happen. And, you know, DJ's in charge, but when Val Ryan takes his fist and hits the manager's door so hard that it breaks off the hinges, I think DJ was reconsidering the choice. Because Val Ryan's a crazy nut job machine. So, and Mitchell did not want to team with Vice. That wasn't going to happen. No way. After what Vice pulled off last week, Vice is lucky he's not dead. And Paul Weiss ran that that was one of the worst promos I've ever heard in my life. I mean, I don't know what's worse. You know, you might as well, I don't know. I don't know how to compare it. It's that atrocious. And Colin Chain bad mouth in Japan, of course. I mean, Colin Chain is a Japanese citizen by law. But they've even talked about making a law just for him to deport him. That's how much they hate this guy. I've never seen someone hate a guy so much. I mean, it's unbelievable. His mom don't like him. His dad don't like him. His country don't like him. No one in the United States likes him. You know, they even interviewed a guy from Chad, Africa. They don't even like him. It's like, I don't even know where Chad, Africa is on a map. But if you guys don't know the backstory of Chad, Africa, there's actually a crazy backstory. It was actually supposed to be called John, Africa. But Chad killed his brother, John. And they just named the country after Chad. But it was going to be called John, Africa. But I know, it's a crazy story. And a lot of you all don't know backstories of crazy things about this universe. Like, for an example, there's a big conspiracy that spaghetti, the first plate of spaghetti, was made in Zimbabwe. That, I mean, you guys don't know about that, but I'm not going to get into it because the Italians don't like when I talk about that. And Mike's Italian, so I'm allowed to say that. I have a little hair of Italian in me. So I got Mike's got a quarter Italian in him. I have a penny. I have a penny Italian in me. It's a long story. So I'm allowed to say stuff like that. But, yeah, I would go into details on the Zimbabwe conspiracy. But the Italians wouldn't like that. I mean, they already hate Chef Boyardee for obvious reasons. Because he's a hack. But, oh, I don't care. Sue me, Chef. Sue me. I have Mike on my side on that. We both agree on that. That's one thing we agree on. That he is a false prophet. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but, you know, just to make it clear, I'm not going to get on the Zimbabwe conspiracy right now. But, you didn't hear it from me that the first plate of spaghetti was made in Zimbabwe. You didn't hear that from me. That's just internet stuff I've seen. Stuff on the internet. You know, the Zimbabwe conspiracy is, you know. And people don't like to talk about Chad, Africa either. That's fine. That's fine. But we know the truth. We know about John. We know what happened to John. We know what you did to your brother. And look at revenge. Man, I am having so much fun today. We are, you know, Mike's taping his rumbles. I'm taping the episodes, a couple of them. And, yeah, Mike does his own thing with his rumbles. He's all selfish. And an elimination. Who was it? I believe it was Val Ryan. Wow. And, wow, Abby Valentine's done. So she is not going to continue her win streak, but give her benefit of the doubt. That is extremely hard to pull off, winning like that. Look at Marcus. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we'll see if Revenge can pull off a 3-win streak. Revenge has had some really tough matches. He's had some matches against Rico Sanchez. He had that one against all the subs. That's hard to pull off, those matches. Did you hear that nut job scream, "Let's go"? It's like, goodness gracious. You know what? One of the most things that we hate doing on this channel? Like, just can't figure out. This audience so loud. So loud. You always have to, like, adjust volumes, which then you can't hear people punch one another. It's like the crowd needs to shut up. And look at Paul Weiss here. Poor Esther Jack. Little Esther. And Paul Weiss going for the pin. Look at Revenge. Looks like I think Esther kicked out. And, Revenge pin Marcus. Could that be the future for Marcus? Oh, man. He got pinned by Revenge. And John just leveled Mitchell. We are down to 5. And John pins Mitchell. So 4 remain. Can Revenge pull it off for the 3rd week in a row? Paul Weiss clocked him. You got to keep your eye on Paul Weiss, who is the luckiest man in the world. He says it's not luck. He says it's skill. I don't know. I do think he's better than Colin Chain. I do think he's a good fighter. I just don't like him. Nobody does. Nobody likes Paul. He's like Toby on The Office. Oh, man, Revenge throwing Paul Weiss around. Esther's still in this. I wouldn't doubt her either. She's won matches against men before. It's not her first rodeo there. Esther, oh my goodness, just got leveled by Paul Weiss. And he finally got her. And look at Paul Weiss. Oh no, he's starting this again. The luck. Slams Revenge on the trash can with a choke slam. You have got to be kidding me. How does this guy do it? And John may stop him. He threw a shovel at him. He hit him in the head with a shovel, and it wasn't enough. Goodness, because his head is... He's the most hard-headed person in the world. A bunch of mush in that head. And John put in the finisher, and it worked. And John wins the 8-man. Oh, my goodness. And he's building that momentum. Val Ryan was the first one done. John's the last one to leave. Could that be Val Ryan's future at Survivor Series?